All right, we're back for the AI snack time segment, and we're drinking peanut butter and milk stout nitro beer, and we are also pairing that with what do you call them? Oots pretzel bites, peanut butter filled. So I'd say it works well together. Seems to be a fan favorite.
Yeah, I think these peanut butter pretzels probably pair well with a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, so before we jump into what we have for AI or whatnot, I want to push Mr. Mark on the spot. What's your feeling on AI? Do you like it? Do you not like it?
I don't.
Scared,
I think
scared
I
of it? Are
probably
you not scared of it?
from hearing just a little chit chat from you two, I probably fit somewhere in the middle, right? Like I'm not scared of it. I think it can be good. I think there's areas where it probably will have very little. I think AI will probably touch almost everything, but in some areas, very little, right? So I'm not as strong.
You're not thinking of opportunity days.
No,
It's
I'm
not like on the forefront of your mind and on your radar generally every day.
No.
Do you use AI?
Well, that's a trick question. I'm sure I do in a bunch of different things, but right.
Use AI. Like, do you go on ChatGPT and ask
No,
something?
I do not. I
All
do
right.
not. Now, I do think like if I'm reading something once in a while or Google something, read something, I do sometimes read it and go, I'm reading an AI answer. Like I think you can still easily tell like when it's like a Chat GPT answer versus someone actually writing it.
Interesting.
So I do notice that when I'm reading about stuff and can tell pretty quickly sometimes. At least I think I can right now. The day I can't tell will make me a little more scared.
Are you for AI furthering the advancement of everything, or no?
Yeah, I mean, I am. I think I until I see a reason why not, right? Like, I mean, if you're going to tell me that nobody's going to have, all jobs are going to be gone for a certain class, then no, I'm not 100% for it in that way.
Wow. Every new technology, though.
Right. But I mean,
Gardeners hated the invention of tractors.
understood. But
Typewriter repair people didn't like the creation of,
the word processor or whatever it was, yeah.
but look, they're still thriving today, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
But they moved to something different, right? Like there's, I do think when you hear people say, well, AI is going to leave no one in jobs, I think the job market shifts, right? So people are going to find jobs and people are going to put people to work no matter how much AI.
And new jobs will be created.
Correct.
Right.
That don't exist today.
But just to be clear, you're on board with AI.
Yes, I have nothing against it as of right now. I
2-1 in this room, baby.
I'm not on board with AI.
That's what I'm.
Well, I would say you're not totally on board with AI right now. You're very skeptical.
I just don't think, I think there was an extreme amount of hype over the past 6 months that is a little premature. I mean, there is progress being made, and I mean, everyone is trying to move as fast as they possibly can to produce what they can because they believe it's the next internet, the next big thing.
Well,
and if they're left behind, they're dead. So, I mean, there's.
But I would say you're skeptical. The way where you were, a lot of people are like AI. Let me use it. I'm going to use it, and you're more along the lines of, well, somebody's behind it. It's got to be biased.
I'm skeptical of a lot. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's just your nature. Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of changes, to any Microsoft partners out there, if you've been a member of the Microsoft Cloud Partner Program, which was renamed in 2022, 1 year ago, from the Microsoft Partner Network, right? You are now part of the Microsoft AI Cloud Partner Program.
Wow.
So Microsoft has converted everyone from the Microsoft Cloud Partner Program to the Microsoft AI Cloud Partner Program. So they just put AI in there.
Oh.
That's what they did. And it's really the same program. It's just called, they wanted to put AI in the name. And they've added a 7th solution partner designation type called data and AI. And then added some AI content to a couple of the other ones. And there's also there's a page I would recommend if anyone's interested in AI and as a Microsoft partner. There's a page called AI for Partners homepage. And this is kind of should be your starting point. There's resources on there if you're interested in developing or delivering AI solutions for your customers, including like an AI transformation partner playbook, how to incorporate AI into your solutions, modernizing your apps with AI, mixed reality development, and you can even apply to join the Security Copilot Design Advisory Council.
Wow.
So if you're really, really into it, there's a lot. You could dive pretty deep right now into some of that stuff.
It sounds like a Mark thing.
Yeah, he's right up his alley.
Oh, yeah.
He's ready for it. Well, speaking of Microsoft AI or whatnot, so Microsoft Windows 11 was introduced, and for people who don't know, Copilot, which is Microsoft's AI application, is now in Windows in preview. So it's going to, let's see what they put here. Their exact words are empower you to create faster, complete tasks with ease, and lessen your cognitive load, making once complicated tasks simple. So Copilot will be in virtually everything that you do then within Windows, right? I think in the video was play this Spotify playlist pot list. And it did it. So we'll see. It's going to be interesting. You got another Microsoft thing or nope?
No.
All right, let's go down my list.
Ran through my list pretty quick there.
So old Mr. Microsoft Bill Gates says AI will be teaching kids literacy within 18 months. In a fireside chat at the ASU plus GSV Summit in San Diego, Gates explained that the AIs will get the ability to be as good as a tutor as any human ever could have been. So, thoughts?
So teachers are done?
Tutors.
Not
Tutors,
teachers,
not teachers,
tutors.
He said tutors. I'm not, I don't want to quote him wrong, but he said tutors right
Okay.
now.
How is it? What's the application how are they doing it?
I
They're
would imagine
literacy?
I would be there's some sort of app, right, that a kid goes on to and it can interact and say you probably can do it now in chat.
When you said it's gonna be teaching
he
children
said
literacy
within 18 months.
within 18 months, not 18-month-old children.
No, within 18 months.
Within 18 months, there will be AI teaching literacy to kids.
Yes.
Okay.
He says AIs will get to the ability to be as good as tutor, to be as good as of a tutor as any human ever could be.
So if I make a comment that says, I believe that statement, and it sounds to me like that will replace teachers, am I out of line there?
No. Could you see AI replacing teachers?
Sure.
I would hope not. Could I see it?
Well, would AI
Not
take up?
teachers.
Well, would I ever want to send my child to something that's purely AI to learn outside of school?
Completely.
Well, what if the AI was not biased like a teacher could be? Obviously, all teachers are biased towards some things. Well, I'm just saying.
Like the Dallas Cowboys versus the Chicago Bears, like that kind of
Right.
thing.
They're taking it political or something. But
No,
as
that's
far as-
political. But I mean, let's say the teacher's biased towards, I don't know, eating, being vegan or saving global, I don't know, cats, right? You know what I mean? Where AI is not as biased towards it and says that everything needs to be saved or we need
It's
to,
focusing on just reading, learning how
Right.
to read or learning how to do
Mhm.
math.
right,
Here's how you need to learn how to do algebra.
right. Because I guess you can interpret history differently. Everybody could. Maybe AI is just telling you how history was.
Yeah, I personally just think we've gone too far without kids getting interaction that I don't, right? Whether it can do as well, right? Teaching as well as a tutor or a teacher. I haven't seen it yet. I would be skeptical. I
But
guess
it
would be
could,
the thing,
let's
but
say you had a 45-minute class, reading class or math class. Could the AI be delivering the lesson for 20 to 25 minutes? And then afterward, the teacher assists students with answering questions
Or during
and
the lesson.
helping them
Mhm.
based on what the lesson was.
But is that really AI then? What is it? The AI piece is just a computer program.
Yeah,
teaching
I see what
people?
you're saying. It
I mean,
could
the whole
just be
AI
a
piece to
video.
me is answers and questions
Yeah.
of the kids. Otherwise, it's just me
just
putting
do
a
a
recording
recorded
out
video,
saying, here you
yeah.
go, right?
Yeah.
So that to me,
Well,
I'm sure someone
what
that
if it
knows a lot
works in
more than me would
tandem
say
with
it
the
can get
teacher?
there, but
If it works in tandem with the teacher, maybe, I don't know. Maybe the AI goes around answering the questions and the teacher's delivering.
But I believe it, and I believe it's a natural use of AI is teaching and instruction and helping provide the steps for how to accomplish something. I mean, that's a perfectly reasonable use of it.
We just don't want it to be biased, right? So, speaking of that,
That's not at the, I mean, yeah, go ahead.
he's leading the witness.
Yeah.
I see where.
yeah.
Can't be biased. Can't.
Chat GPT's political bias has been highlighted in a study. Let me read to you a little bit here. It says, a study conducted by computer and information science researchers from the UK and Brazil has raised concerns about the objectivity of ChatGPT. The researchers claim to have discovered substantial political bias in ChatGPT's responses, leaning towards the left side of the political spectrum. This is published in the journal Public Choice last week. It says the study conducted by Fabio Motaki and Vladimir Pino and Victor Rodriguez argues that the presence of political bias in AI-generated content could perpetuate existing biases found in traditional media. Is anybody surprised that they found bias in?
No, I don't think you had to spend any money to conduct a study to see that.
Nowadays you got to. You can't just believe anybody says.
Didn't we did our own?
Yeah, we
months
did.
ago,
Yeah,
we did our own in like 10 minutes.
yeah.
We did some tests and it was pretty revealing, right?
Yeah. So that's interesting, but that's what scares me about AI.
Now, why is that? Do you know
It's
why?
controlled by humans.
There you go.
Mhm. Yeah,
And
I don't
they
think.
isn't biased. The humans that are controlling the AI are biased.
Yeah. What isn't biased then, though? Every
The original AI,
every history book.
the original
every-
AI
yeah.
that they came out with. And go do some research. About 5-10 years ago, they came out with AI and some people were shocked
Oh,
by the results
Of
of
what it learned?
what it was doing and what it did. And they decided they needed to put some guardrails
yeah.
on it. So this isn't version 1 that we're seeing right now with like ChatGPT
No.
or whatever, right? That version 1 was like 5 years ago. So
Did you know they do not allow ChatGPT to access websites, external links? If you put a link into ChatGPT and say, I don't know, tell me about this webpage, it will not go to that webpage and tell you about it. It says I cannot access external.
that probably makes sense because that could be like a virus or something, right?
Mhm.
That link.
Well, you're just copying and pasting. Yeah, I guess. Well, can't really. I don't
Or
know.
no,
You can't
it's
get a
just-
file. You have to
No,
actually
yeah,
click
that
it to
makes sense because
download.
it's just using its existing set of knowledge that it has. That's
Yeah.
data that they have decided to feed into it versus other data that they have not decided to feed into it. So it has its finite set of knowledge that it's basing its responses off of. It's not actually, that's like
So
like
is
to
that
think
AI?
what you'd be trying to
Right.
do, what you'd be basically doing with it is if you said, go to this site and figure this out, you're actually adding more content there to its knowledge base.
Well, you could also say, if it's like a math site, a math page, whatever, that, is describing some sort of calculus function, you could say, hey, I don't understand what's going on this web page. Can you explain this to me in layman's terms? Right? You'd actually have to copy what's on that page and paste it in that, and then ask that question.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, and if you have to paste it in, I mean, it is, I've never done that. Does it, if you pasted something in that's
Yeah.
just incorrect math, would it just say this is incorrect math at this point? Does it
No,
know that?
It usually lies to you and tells you some answer that it comes up with.
Well, the new
Right.
chat, right? So the new version of ChatGPT is something like 80 to 90%. It passes the bar like 80 to 90% faster than every human. So it passes all these tests way quicker than humans, but it's getting there, I think. But
We're
Your
almost
point.
there. We're
Mhm.
almost there.
Mhm. It just seems like programming, really.
Have you ever seen iRobot?
A
With
robot.
Will Smith?
No.
Oh my God, you guys are killing me. You know, we're just on two different levels here with this AI. You guys got to see that movie. It
Have
came
you
out in
seen
like,
Office Space?
I have not.
Well, yeah,
Come
we are
on.
on two.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get through
Yeah.
Seinfeld.
Yeah, if you're
I've
watching,
never seen The Office either
if
yet.
you're watching iRobot before Office Space, then there's a real issue here.
Yeah.
I agree.
Oh, too funny. All right, last but not least, this is not a Microsoft thing, but Mark Zuckerberg said that who's the owner of Meta, Facebook, that type of thing, says AI will be built into all of Meta's products. So
That just
Interesting.
sounds like hype, bluster, marketing.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything, does it? I mean, what does it mean?
Isn't it kind of already? I mean, don't people assume it is?
I don't think it is. Trying to think what his products are.
And what does that mean?
Facebook, Instagram. I think that it's just like going to be like a chat GPT type of thing on their website. Like, here's what I envision. I told this to Ken. Here's what I think of AI, right? I think if for Business Central, I get Business Central, I'm a new customer, I'm a one person guy in my garage. I get I load it up and I say, all right, great. I don't know, go through and create this purchase order, open up a purchase order, or configure whatever manufacturing, and it asks you questions and it configures it. To me, that's like AI for Business Central. Is that coming?
It's all right. I mean, the assisted setup and stuff, the way they do that, they've tried to already do some of that stuff, but I don't know that it will ever be perfect. I don't know how you would, right? There's no set,
If it were
there's
able
no
to
set
interact with it?
list of questions that you could ask that I think could make you set up the system 100% one way.
Well, if humans can ask the questions, why can't ChatGPT or why can't AI ask the questions?
Guess it could, but some answers have more than one answer. Some questions have more than one answer.
It's true.
Guess it could, but I
Like I want to open up my computer and I want to
I
type
don't have a
in.
list that could do that right now.
Yeah, I want to open up my computer and I just want to say to it, all right, create a purchase order in Business Central, and it just pops up Business Central and a purchase order pops up, and it could ask me what I want to do, and I could say to it, or I could just enter it, I guess. You know, he wants to laugh, but he's trying not to.
I mean, you're missing a little bit of detail there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but
Who's the vendor? What is the item? How many do you want to buy?
right, but
need
are
to
those things
buy.
that AI can ask and then configure? That's the question.
I guess. So is there an opportunity for physically disabled to be assisted by AI to allow them to create purchase orders when maybe they otherwise wouldn't have been
Right.
able to?
It's a good way of
Yes,
looking at it.
excellent application. If you tell me that you want to use it because you don't want to click the mouse button and type the vendor name and an item name because that's
Well,
too much work for you,
No.
then we're in a little bit of a gray
No,
area.
but you got to think further, right? Like if I'm able to do that, then eventually you can have your glasses on, whatever it is, and you can say while you're walking outside, create this for me, so you can actually, you're not construed to having to do it on a computer.
Okay,
Would you cross the street while you're racing?
I don't know. I don't know.
Understand what he's trying to say. We probably got to watch iRobot would be my guess.
No.
Maybe
But
that will
you've
help
seen
me.
like Google had the Google Lens, like Microsoft has HoloLens. They're obviously going to get to the point where they're like glasses on our face.
Of course.
Well, yeah, that's the goal, right?
Chip in our brain. It's just, you just have to think about it.
Yeah, who would ever
You just-
thought about that?
Just think, and your PO is gonna get emailed to the vendor.
Yeah, I don't
And all they
trust.
got to do
I
is
don't trust
think
that.
what happens, ship it.
I don't trust the Neuralink. What?
Right. And I said, all they got to do is think. The vendor just has to think, and next thing you know, it's at your door.
There it is.
No, but so if AI is so powerful, though, would it never be able to set up MRP in Business Central for you?
AI could be used
Yeah.
to do MRP.
I think it could strategically come up with a plan
Yeah.
to hit your item, to set your items up the correct way, know enough
'Cause it's
what data it's looking at,
It's math.
figuring
Right.
out what reorder points, things like that. Yeah, probably. Actually,
Start looking for a new job.
I'm no longer
No,
the maestro.
never.
I lost.
Never,
Today.
never.
I'm good.
No, but that's the point, though. You got to like think outside the box with it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not the stuff that you're normally accustomed to. It's going to be different things.
Well, and in a planning and purchasing environment, most of the time what happens is there's a conflict and someone has to make a decision. Right? And you want that person is still gonna have to make a decision. I've got 2 production orders that need this machine, and one of these orders is gonna get out on time and one is not. Which one?
No, sure.
Oh, you could set up a priority. You could, yeah, but let's just say you don't, right? Someone still needs to make a decision. Do you work overtime? Do you outsource one of the jobs? Do you
Well, wouldn't AI
turn up
take-
the machine speed?
But wouldn't AI take into consideration all those things in
It's
a matter of like?
gonna take everything, yeah.
No,
because
but I mean, wouldn't
it
in a
knows the
matter of
worker's
seconds?
been working 2 double shifts already, and you really don't want them working a 3rd double shift in a row. No, the answer is no, Michael. It doesn't know everything. Does it know that it's supposed to be snow tonight and no one's gonna want to work 4 extra hours because there's 8 inches of snow coming?
Please tell me AI is going to
It-
take over the job of
It
other people.
doesn't. It,
Please tell me that's going to happen.
they just started construction on the main street, and that's gonna impact our ability to deliver trucks that route, so they're gonna have to go a different route because of a major construction project.
I think it would.
Yeah, that's right. Mhm.
Well, I mean, even now, right in your Google Maps or Apple Maps, where it tells you where.
That's a specific mapping application.
No, but yeah, but right.
MRP, you're saying in the MRP, know
Yeah,
that we
yeah.
can't get this truck out in rush hour tomorrow morning because of that big construction project that just started?
Right.
No way.
No.
You're going too
Well,
far.
you're going, yeah, right. You're making steps beyond what you can control, right? At that point, you're making decisions before things happen. In the instance you're talking about, where there's a traffic jam the next day, you don't know that when you're working
Yeah.
in today, but
Right.
nobody, even the human wouldn't know that, I guess. So
Right. But wouldn't AI know it before the human?
no,
Why not?
Well, as
They
far
would
as
tap
that,
into.
I think that, like, I think what Ken was saying, there's certain decisions that no matter how many priorities you take into account, it's still, the human might make a different decision, even if you set all the priorities, right? If we're
Oh,
gonna set
absolutely.
something out and, okay, in this instance, the cost is more. Am I willing to take the extra cost or be late on delivering something?
All right.
Could the
well,
computer be set to make that decision for you? Sure, but is the human, might they make a different answer than what they told the computer? Yes,
But which one do you think is the more of a probability of being correct?
I'm going with the human in this instance because they're the one that
So,
jobs on.
Head coach of the Dallas
Right,
Cowboys.
make that decision.
Head coach of the Dallas
Oh,
Cowboys.
yeah, here we go.
Or any football team,
Okay.
right? Do you think AI would make better decisions than the coach? Every time, I guess.
No,
No,
No.
every time you said no.
because you can't, AI doesn't look at a player and know that he's gassed. And he's gotta come out and you can't push him anymore. He's run the ball 25 times. I mean,
Well, no, but AI, I think, will say that it'll take the average of every running back and say after like baseball, right?
but does it know
after
that
20
he
minutes.
hurt his ankle 4 plays earlier?
And how bad is that ankle hurt?
But well, I mean, if it tells them, I
Yeah,
guess.
it will know that.
Oh,
Yes.
No,
it
it's
knows
not
the
gonna
exact
know.
severity.
You can challenge my, it's gonna know.
It's gonna-
No, it won't know that. No, it won't know that. It won't know that unless it's told, I guess. That's interesting.
To your point, sports analytics are becoming more and more. Yeah. So,
I
but
hate it. Yeah.
you use the term all the time. No.
Well, I mean,
Go ahead and
It's
say,
why you
oh,
see,
no,
it's
still
why
say
you
no.
see football teams their offense hasn't done anything all day. It's 4th and 1 and they go for it on the, deep in their own zone. And you're going, what are you doing? And after the game, the coach says, well,
Analytics told
analytics
us
say that our chance of getting that first down on a 4th and a half a yard is 82%. Yeah, but have you watched your offense play football today? They haven't done anything. You've been getting stuffed all day.
it'd be interesting to see.
So
if
now
you
we're
could
talking
compare
about
the
the
two.
Bears.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah,
Sorry.
talk about
Why don't
Bears.
we rank this beer?
Yeah, let's rate the beer. Yeah.